Good afternoon, everyone. This is T Sad speaking from Talking Sharp After Dark, and I'm here today, and I'm going to do some introduction today. First and foremost, is one of my very first interviewees that I'm having, and I think we have a great topic that we're going to be sharing pertaining to um, educational purposes for the young folks and older folks, people that's into the social media world. And I want to share this information because I think that it is very, very informative for all to understand and to be careful and to know what the possibilities that could happen. So, as I'm getting ready to introduce the host today, which his name is Derrick Mayfield. Um, he's a great person. Yeah, he's a great person. Thank you, Derek. And I want y'all to understand what all happened. Listen clear, and then we're gonna have a couple of questions. So the first thing I'm gonna say is, y'all, today we're talking about a case that's got a lot of people debating right now. His name is Derek Mayfield, and at, at the age of what happened to him, uh, he's going to explain. He went to jail for 2 years because of an online situation with a girl who turned out to be underage. Now he's out, but on parole for life. Did the system get it right, or did they set him up? Let's get into it and let's talk about it. So, hey, Derek, how are you? All right, you're doing good? That's great. Tell us your story. Okay, well, how old were you right then? How old were you? Okay, thank you. Uh huh. Okay. Oh, wow. Uh huh. Right. Hindsight, looking back, yeah, you can look back and you can say, that might have been one, right? Okay. Mhm. Uh huh. Mhm. Uh huh. Right. Right. Mhm. Right. Mhm. 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 Right. So wait a minute. So you so I'm sorry for cutting you, but so are you saying that your motivation, so you could try to make things happen to see her because of what you were going through, is when you applied for a job at the Waffle House? Mhm. Uh huh. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Okay. So go on. So you applied for a job at the Waffle House. Mhm. 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 Right. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Right. Right. Mhm. Oh. Okay. Well, let's go back for a minute. What did you tell your mom and your dad? What did you tell them? Okay. Uh huh. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. 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 Yeah. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mhm. Right. But you was more strong because you really liked this young lady, correct? So you really wanted to see where this gets to. Did you tell anyone at your job where you was going, being that you was taking a break from work? And did anyone try? Go ahead. Uh, yeah, yeah. Do you recall the conversation of where are you going? You said Kansas, and I said to you, "Are you sure that's where you're going for?" Because I thought it was for school. That was what the information you gave. It was for school to whatever your. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. Do you recall? Go ahead. Go ahead. Right. Mhm. Mhm. What do you recall? What do you recall that I said to you, Derek? Do you know? I remember saying, Kansas, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna wish you could be back home. Click your heels to be back home. And I said, you remember the movie Wiz? Oh, you remember? Mm-hmm. And you said, what do you mean, like Toto? And you looked at Tay Tay. You remember that? And Tay Tay said, no, you didn't. Derek, no, you didn't. I'm always on your side. You remember that? Yeah. And I didn't feel right. I said, something don't sound right. You sure it's about school? And you was like, yeah, 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 it's about school. And I was like, man, you're going to go to Kansas and wish you was home. You're going to want to click your heels and be back at home. I remember saying that to you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right. So go on. Right, right. Like in the movie of Wiz, if you ever watched the Wiz, Dorothy went to, I think it was about Kansas, and she was trying to click her heels. I wish I was home. I wish I was home, and she would click her heels, trying to click her heels to go back home. Yeah, but so yeah, 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 right, right. Because your mom, right. Right. And I'm hoping in some of this conversation, for our younger folks or anyone for that matter that may get into something and they don't want to tell the total truth on what they're doing, because they met someone and they don't want no one to judge them, or they don't want no one to talk them out of it. It is very, very, very important to share. And even as an adult, um, if anything you're doing, you should be able to speak about it. Anything you do, you should be able to speak. And if you cannot speak about it, then it might be something looked into of not doing. Because if you're grown and this is what you want to do, speak about it and be able to hear someone to give you, a wisdom thought. Well, check out this, make sure that. And because at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do regardless, but at least it give you some thoughts. If you see something in the mix, to pull yourself out of safety. But and I don't want tangent. Let's go forward. So you got on the plane, you gave your dad a hug, you got on the plane, and now tell us what all happened. And when you got out there. Yes. O- Okay. Okay. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Wow. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Oh, wow. 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 So you met the family, and they didn't say nothing was wrong. They didn't. It wasn't a problem with you being there, right? Okay. Okay. Mhm. 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 So when you say went back home, you went back to the house, or what? What do you mean? Oh, okay. So where were you staying at? Okay. Okay. Uh huh. Okay. Mhm. 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 Okay. 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 Mhm. Right. Right. Because it's Halloween, right? Right. Right. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Make sure. Okay. Because you forgot to call your mom, let them know that you arrived. Is that what happened? Okay. Okay. Mhm. 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 So you had just turned 20? Because wait a minute, when is your birthday? You had just turned 20 because you said you went there at 19 when this happened. Okay, so you. Okay, I got you. Okay, so go back. So the lady that was asking questions, who was that lady? Was she connected with the sheriff or with the cops or whatever? Oh, uh huh. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cause your mom didn't know what was going on. She didn't know where you was at, but she knew that you was going, but she didn't know exactly in the detail where you were at. Is that what happened? You think? Mhm. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. How old was the sister? Do you know? 18. So, and you still was thinking that the young lady that you were talking to, she was 17. Were you still thinking that? Hmm. Okay. Right. So she should have. Right. Okay. I get it. Okay. So go on. So you bought both of them something to wear, some clothes, and. Hmm. Hmm. It's my, yeah. Um. Wow. So let me go back for a minute. I just want to make sure. I'm Derek. I'm sorry. Let's go back for a minute. So it was your mom that put out a little warrant for you because she didn't weren't sure where you was at. Was your was that because of your mom talking to the cops, trying to say, "Hey, I need to find out where my son at"? Is that what started it? Would the cops start asking questions? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Now, I just want to make sure we understand this part. If the parents was okay, you was okay, the young lady was okay, nothing went wrong. There was no reason to be upset that you being friends with this young lady so far. Am I correct? Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Right. And you're there for how many days so far? How many days were you there so far? Okay. 3 days of hanging out, having fun, meeting other adults, including police officers. Everything was good up until then. Everything still was good. There was no reason that you could do anything wrong because everything is good, right? Uh huh. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Uh, okay. Has anybody asked you about your age out there? Like, did the cops ever ask you your age? Not once. Okay. What about her mom and dad? Did they ask about your age? Mm-hmm. Why, well, why was that? She, she didn't live with her parents? Oh, right, right, right. I could see that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so she was in the sense living with her grandparents or uncles or whatever, and they were the adults that was over her to oversee what all was going on. And they too did not ask you of your age or the interest that you have within their daughter or granddaughter or niece or whatever. They didn't ask no question like they didn't ask you any questions at all. Uh huh. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. 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 Right. Hmm. Right. right, because she was already well advanced in certain things. She was more advanced in things that she was already doing well before you was even thinking of doing. So that's why the maturity has seemed like she's more mature, and yet she got to be at this age because she's already been doing things. So that's why it wouldn't look like, nah, this is a young girl. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Uh huh. Right. 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 Yeah, because that means she was a lot younger, right? Mhm. So let's make sure I understand this clear. You're out there to see her, and now she's trying to also, while you're there, to go see another guy, right? Okay, and this was wow. Okay, so let's go towards the day that you got arrested. You at your excuse me, you at your hotel, or was it at her house? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. 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 Uh huh. Why? Hmm. Hmm. So wait a minute. Let's go back. You at the hotel relaxing, right? And you get a phone call from the lady that's connected to the sheriff, and she telling you that you're going to get a phone call soon. And then you get some people, the cops to come to your hotel wherever you at, and they saying that because she didn't make it to school today, that they thought you kidnapped her. That makes mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Uh-huh. Yeah. In it doing. Yeah. Right. Okay, so let me go back for a second. Let me before you go further, let me go back because I just want to make sure that I myself and as well our audience understand this concept. Because to me, and I'm a mother first and foremost, right? And I'm just imagining you as my child and my young adult child to be at that because you're 20. You was 19 when you was talking to her. You're 20. I can tell that there's a lot of things that you don't know what can happen, um, or how things could look the wrong way with his other people that don't know you per se. This young lady never made it back to the hotel or wherever you were staying at because she was going to go see some other young man, right? And then she was going to come see you. In the meantime, the sheriff, the female that worked for the sheriff, is letting you know that some people coming to talk to you, and then when they come to talk to you, they asking questions because she didn't go to school, and they thinking you kidnapped her. So when they see that she's not kidnapped, she's not there, and she's not with you, she's supposed to be going to the doctor, make an appointment, but she didn't even make it to school for whatever reason, which her family should have known that, right? Okay. So now they didn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Right. Wow. Okay. So, did she ever go back to the school or did she ever go to the doctor? That you don't even know because from the time that the officers were talking to you, you never even made it back to the hotel. They kept you from that point on. Is that what happened? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. So let me ask you this. So you never got a chance to touch this young lady? Uh-huh. Now that you're there, you didn't want to. Mm-hmm. 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 Are you kidding me? Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Wow. It makes mm-hmm. Right. 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 Because it's like listen, if you was what they tried to say, and I want you to go into detail, the charges of what they try to put on you, and then the charges what actually stuck to you. And now where you what are you facing at this point of these charges that's attached to you for the rest of your life or not for the rest of your life. But let before you get to that, um I'm baffled at this point to the adults that was supposed to be overseeing her. No one got in trouble on that end, solely you for something of a lack of knowing, and you did not touch this young lady in a closed setting area where things was going to get further. None of these things at all, but they stuck this thing onto you like as if you did the most horrific type of thing. Am I correct? Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mm. Wow. And they were they trying to get you to admit to things that you didn't do? Wow. Mhm. 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 Wow. So what was your lawyer telling? What was your lawyer telling you? And what kind of lawyer did you have? Because now you're locked up. Did they call your family or did they allow you to call your family? Uh-huh. Mhm. I understand. Mhm. 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 Right. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. 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 Prosecutor? How? How? How they gonna put a level one rape charge? You never touched her. They would have to do DNA, would they not? To see if you're uh-huh. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So was that time counted from the time that you was there? So the 41 months was also counted with the 7 months that you already did. So you wouldn't have to do the straight 41 months. It'd be 7 months subtract from 41 months, which would be about 30 39, 38 months like more. 34. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Uh-huh. Right. Mhm. Did your mom and dad come out there to see you? And how long were you there in total? Okay. So your mom couldn't make it. Wow. Were you allowed to get visitation? Oh, wow. Mhm. 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 Wow. Okay. Uh-huh. Very small. Uh-huh. Wow. Real yeah. Mhm. Right. Right. Mm. Wow. So that means the cops gotta know too then. because if it's a small town, if everybody in the town know, I know the police officers know, including the lady that's supposed to be so-called of a friend or work for the sheriff department. You know what type of young lady this child is. And so, but they didn't care enough to inform these guys, hey, I think you need to leave from this person because she's going to get you in big trouble. They didn't care. They see one, they got one, going to throw them into the system, and knowing that the system is going to fail them totally percent, and they're going to get what they can get out of a person being in prison. Hmm. 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 How did that make you feel? Hmm. 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 Right. Well, because when you got there, if you what you know now, if you could have known that then, you would have probably asked her grandmother, "How old is she? I just want to make sure I'm good." You know. Uh huh. So it gave you the clearance, like everything is okay, right? Yeah. Hmm. This is another thing, not to cut you, and I'm gonna let you finish that, but I want to also put this out there, because whether it's someone traveling from state to state, city to city, county to county, street to street, our young men, when they're talking to young ladies over the phone, whether it's social media or not, my young people have a habit, they don't want their parents really in their business. But this particular situation, the parents that are either the guardians that's over them are in the business, or at least what you think. But I think, because I have a son too, and I push this envelope about, I don't care what the girl tell you. When you're talking to her on the phone, speak to that parent and let that parent know how old you are and how old is her daughter or her niece or whoever it is you're talking to, just to get clearance, because you never know situations like this right here that could bite you in the behind later down the line off of lack of knowledge. And you are so right, Derek. I've heard prior that even when you at the court and they say it doesn't matter what you didn't know, this was the law and this is what you broke, and you can be held accountable even off of things you did not know, you are not aware of. So what we as parents, whether it's male or female, and what our young people don't like to do, they don't want to really tell what they doing, and because they really like this person, they don't want nobody to ruin it for them, because they finally think they found something that they connect with, so they want to keep that to themselves, not knowing that that one thing can hinder you for the rest of your life. You get what I'm saying? And older people do have more wisdom and can say, no, baby, wait a minute, let me find out, because yeah, they say this, because people lie all day. Everyone lie. Ain't no one here on this earth is perfect. We all fall short from the glory of God. So people will lie. And a male or a female will say, I'm a worker, or I'm this, or I'm 12, or I'm 15, or I'm 33, or I got my own business. People lie. So it's okay to share, hey, I met this person and I really, really like her. So once you say you really, really like her, as an adult, that's telling me I need to be a little bit mindful in my communication to you, because you already like this girl. And I say, okay, well, give me the information about her. I think this is nice. And I'm listening to you as you give me all the information. Then I'm going to educate you as a young person. Well, you need to ask these questions, and you need to make sure you talk to that parent and make sure that that parent knows how old you are, and you want to make sure from that parent how old she is, because she said this and I really like her. I just want to make sure it is correct. Now, a lot of people don't think that that's something important, but now we watching a story like this, and this to me, I think is horrific. I think this is very shocking, and it's very unfair, and I think that you got set up. That's what I think you got. I think you got set up and bamboozled, and everybody in Kansas played a part in this. You were there 3 days, baby. 3 days. People saw you walking around, hanging out. They walking around, you on the float, and they key, laughing in your face. It was a setup, including that little minor. And little kids will lie. How old actually was she when they told you now that you're in jail? How old is she? Jesus. Uh huh. I read that. But uh-huh. What I want to cut you for a minute. Wait right there. Because you said something that is very, very important. You did. And I'm glad that you said it from a younger person perspective, which makes sense. And I hear you loud and clear, because I can only imagine that is what my children would do and have probably have done in their little younger years, while they will keep. And it makes sense. As a young person, if you got to, and this is speaking to the adults, to the parents, if you're the type person like me, and I'm calling myself out on this one, guys, as an adult, and we're the type, we thorough. We want to make sure that our kids is taken care of right. We want to make sure that they not with the wrong type of person. So we got this strong hold. And we be like, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. And this one ain't good for you, and that one ain't good for you. What is it teaching the young person as they moving forward to the next person that they want to introduce to their family. It keeps them shut down from sharing the information. And we as parents, we like, why didn't you tell me? And then the child's like, I don't know. But really, in reality, just like what you said, Derek, and you're right, it makes you hold back because you don't want to share that. Because here you go again, mom. You're not going to like this one either. And I really like her. Am I correct? That's what you're saying? And I get, yeah, yeah, right. And I'm going to take that as a lesson for me as an adult, as a mom, because that is valuable information. What you just said, excuse me, what you just said, and it makes sense. Um, as a parent, we have to be a little bit more open minded and remember when we were children. Remember when we were young adults. Remember when we was first getting out there and experiencing and we really liked someone. We didn't want nobody to go and kick them to the curb and be like, oh nope, he's a deadbeat or she ain't no good or she's a gold digger. We don't want to do that because we really like this person. So us as parents need to be and take a step back and listen because things like this could happen because our child don't want to share that information because they don't want you to criticize it so hard because their heart is standing on the line of I really like this person. And so because of that, I'm going to apologize on my behalf to any one of my children if I have done, and I'm sure I did. So we're not going to do the sugarcoating thing like what some people would say. Well, I never did. No, 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 no. I'm pretty sure I did because I'm strong like that. I'm pretty sure I did. So you just taught me something that I need to be a little bit more mindful when people are trying to get out there, venturing out and dating, to understand where their heart is at. So that way they can be able to feel free to share. So I can give them positive wisdom tips and walk them through it instead of just no, they no good or, shut them down and now they don't want to tell me anything. Because I would not want one of my children or anyone that I know that's out here on this earth to go through what you went through and by yourself in another state. I don't even know how many states you done went across flying on that plane to get there to Kansas, but it gotta be horrific. You had to be feeling alone, and I feel for you. And I'm so sorry that we as parents weren't a little bit more smarter to try to help you not to get to that point. I wish I could have said to you before you left out to go to Kansas, Derek, don't do it. Although I said it in so many words, but I know I'm not your parent, but I wish I could have said something more of not to go further to do it because I would not want you to experience anything like that because I don't believe that you're that type of person, what they try to put on you as to be that type of person, especially now that I'm hearing your story and I hear how everything unfold, baby, that wasn't you. And unfortunately, it was going down the rabbit hole from the time you landed in Kansas. Unfortunately, yeah, it's yeah, Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mm. Mhm. 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 Really? What? Mhm. Mhm. So because you flew out there, although the young lady lied, but because you flew out there even off of her lie, you should be serving 41 months in prison. Plus, when you get out, you're on parole for life. This is what they saying? Right. But she didn't show up. Yeah, she didn't show up. Her family weren't there either. Oh wow. Wow. But if you didn't take the plea, right? If you didn't take the plea, it probably would have been worse. Well, that's what they present, or maybe that's what they present to you to make you think it would have been worse because they didn't have enough evidence, right? Mhm. Wow. Right. 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 Wow. So now, right. So now, when you filling out application for jobs, you have to tell places that you have because you have a felony charge, right? Okay. Uh huh. Got you. Makes sense. I understand. I understand. Um, and but with the parole for life, you are now registered as a what? Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's yeah. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Yeah. Mm, mm, mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Unbelievable. So wait a minute. So you can end up going back. Is there any statute of limitation to for a retrial or anything, or this is just set? Do you know a retrial or a re? Right. Appeal. Uh huh. Okay. Mhm. 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 Oh man, I get it. Oh, un. Mm, mhm. Mhm. I understand your thing. Yeah. Wow. Mhm. Mm. Right. Right. So do you feel like your lawyer was really fighting for you in court, or do you think that appointed lawyer was not? What do you think? Mhm. Oh, wow. Mm. Yeah. Right. Mhm. So what do you Okay, we're going to revisit all this again because I think God has a plan for you and you're going to come out on top of this. But what would you like for people to take from your story um, pertaining to this matter? What would you like for them to get by listening to you and hear all the things that happen from beginning to end? What would you like for the people to get out of this story? Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Mhm, mhm, mm. Right. Gotcha. Mhm. Right. Well, I thank you for this conversation, this interview, because we're about to run out a little bit of time right here. I got about maybe 15 minutes before it's going to shut us down. But we could have this discussion again on a different topic of the positive things that's going to be happening for you, because I'm looking forward to some positive things. Um, as because I believe God is bigger than this, and this story here can help so many people. We don't know what the outcome going to be because it's not over yet. But I'm glad that you were able to tell the story with me and with my audience, and so it can help. Hopefully, it would help others. Um, this is phenomenal. I do thank you, and I'm going to let you have the last word before I finish this, so you can say anything that you want to say to the world to hear. Also want to say before I pass the torch to you that I do think that the system failed you. I do believe that we all collectively need support team, and you didn't have that either. Um, and if one got to pay the consequences, all should be paying the consequences. And it seems like as if nothing happened on the other end and it solely only happened on yours. And because how the picture was painted, like you was just solely a guilty party trying to manipulate and take advantage of a young minor in a sense, and that is not the case at all. That's not what I see the case, and I'm listening to you, who you are, like we would say. I'm getting it from the horse's mouth, and I don't see where you was the guilty party and you did the things that they put this charge on, and it's going to carry you, and it got to be a way to remove, expunge, or something, because for the rest of your life, really, parole, it doesn't make sense. So you get to close this whole channel. Go ahead, you got about 10 minutes. You can speak away, say whatever you need to say. Okay. Right. We will have a part two for this. And if it's okay with you, we can revisit this and we could talk about it. And you can share the aftermath of getting out and now where you at and what are your plans. And we will schedule another appointment time really soon so you can be able to talk about it, and we could put it out there. And I am more than welcome to have that interview with you um, moving forward, if that's okay with you. Okay. Well, I thank you very much. This is Talking Sharp After Dark. And this is T Sad. Mama T is what they call me. And right now, I am sad about this situation because this is one of our babies, and he's a young adult trying to make it out in this world and to be productive. And already we're starting off with a blemish, but we're going to make sure we're going to help and support that that blemish can turn around to a blessing. That is the purpose of this conversation. What do you guys think? I would like for you guys to like, share, subscribe, share this story, because we could be saving someone out there that could be doing something close to this and don't know the outcome that could happen. And we don't want this to happen to another person, nowhere, wherever you are. So I thank you guys for watching this story. Don't forget to share it. Subscribe, Talking Sharp After Dark. Please subscribe. This is Derrick Mayfield's story, his untold story, how horrific and shocking the outcome of his life just from interacting on the social network, just trying to find someone that bond that clicks with him. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Talking Sharp After Dark. Stay tuned for part two real soon. Thank you.